This is not a kind of video which I usually upload in my channel, but this is also a kind of video which I would love to do as well, because it's not possible to document my life like 24/7, 365. I have been really busy with my college work.
Oh, really?
If you were busy, how did you get the time to watch all these movies and listen to podcasts? That's why you don't have any real social life. Never mind. But I have you people. Consider me as your bestie, as I will be sharing and recommending some amazing movies, podcasts, audiobooks which I found this month and is hooked up to. Mind you, most of the suggestions of mine will be of March releases or of 2022 at least. So grab a cup of tea and without any further delay, let's get into the video. First section is movies that I have watched this month. Rescued by Ruby is released on 17th March 2022. Ruby is very sweet, cute, brave, good girl, and she is a police dog. Be you a cat or dog person, this movie is wholesome for any animal lovers out there. Definitely builds up the psychological connection between the owner and the pet. It shows the relationship, trust, bonding, challenges, and that what is the right way to love and respect your pets. Next movie is The Adam Project. Well, the name Adam has actually nothing to do with God, Eve, Satan or Bible, but definitely a time travel movie like any other science fiction movies out there. Adam's father was a science professor who accidentally builds a time machine. Such genius peoples. But dies giving the quantum physics theory to an evil friend who destroys the multiverse rules. So, the future Adam along with a young Adam comes to destroy the time machine in the past before their father dies. But if you play with the time, the consequences will be dreadful, as we have already seen in the Marvel multiverse movies. I am fond of anime, cartoons, Ghibli or any mangas. Turning Red of Pixar's is one among the all. Everyone will be able to relate with this movie so well, as it depicts the puberty, teenage state, young adult and friendship properly. Mei Lee is a 13-year-old girl torn between being her mother's obedient child or becoming a reckless teenager who wants to go to a night concert of Fort Town with her friend squad. But what if among all this turmoil, a 13-year-old girl all of a sudden turns into a cute, scary, big red panda? This movie will definitely help you embrace yourself with both your good and bad sides, because no one is perfect. This next movie is really an unexpected one because I never thought I would love this so much. That is Badhai Do. Rajkumar Rao's acting as Shardul being a gay police and Bhumi as a lesbian PT teacher, both hiding their fluid sexuality from their family. Imagine, a gay and a lesbian decides to marry just because of the family pressure to become independent, to have extramarital affairs, if I would say, and same-sex relationships. Ain't this insane? You will witness love, friendship, breakup, everything, and of course, Indian family being Indian family straight 2 hours. And about TV series, I binge watched the Shark Tank episodes in this month or the month of Feb. Anyway, I really enjoyed watching this TV series. This is definitely one of the best TV shows for entrepreneurs in India so far. Wonder no one understands anything other than government jobs in our families. Well, maybe they still won't. Now, let's talk about podcasts. Well, I usually listen to podcasts in Spotify while in train or metro on the way or way back to college. It's really a good way to utilize time. Well, this month I was really into literary or literature related podcasts, and I bet you this podcast will really help you, the literature students out there who want to know more about books, authors, for intellectual and nerdy people.
She is actually utilizing her time in a right way. So should you. Oh.
First podcast which I just love to listen is The History of Literature by Jake Wilson. This podcast really takes a fresh and modern outlook on classics, age-old novels and authors. This even analyzes other critical theory books related to the actual text. This will definitely help you in generate new ideas and will improve your critical thinking. The host also interviews some of the renowned scholars and professors from renowned universities like Oxford, Cambridge to talk on his show. Currently, it is at 395th episode. Yes, a lot to listen. I really love the episode of Why John Milton and Sigmund Freud a lot. Next is a podcast that will suggest you brand new books and monthly releases and recommendations. Yes, I am talking about Books and Boba. They upload monthly podcasts and episodes on books named March 2022 book news or like Feb 2022 book news. You will really stay updated if you listen to this podcast. You will get to know about some amazing debut writers of Asian and Asian Americans, covering a wide range of contemporary to sci-fi, fantasy, young adult, thriller and graphic novels. The people who are really into podcasts will definitely know about this OG podcast, that is the Tim Ferriss Show. Have you read the book The 4-Hour Work Week? Tim Ferriss first found fame with this book, and saying about his podcast, he interviews some of the really renowned people, authors, entrepreneurs in his show. This show is currently at 583 episode. I really liked the recent interview with Mark Zuckerberg and also with other authors like Neil Gaiman and Margaret Atwood. Last but not the least is a podcast by HT Smartcast of Hindustan Times. You will get to listen all the important news headlines in just 5 minutes here. It's really great for people who are busy and still wants to stay updated with the news. Finally, let's talk about books. Well, I won't be mentioning the books I read for academics because I will make a separate video on the books that English master students have to read for his or her coursework, because if I mention my academic books, this video will never end. So yeah, and you know what, you can also find free audiobooks in Spotify as well. You can find as many as non-fiction books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Ikigai, Atomic Habits and other classical and vintage books like Pride and Prejudice, Alice in Wonderland, Macbeth, Othello, everything. I have actually read some of the amazing books by Roald Dahl. We all know Roald Dahl's child fictions like Matilda and Chocolate Factory. I must say, if his children novels are the epitome of finding hope, his adult novels, on the contrary, are reflection of the most darkest corners. First book I would like to mention is, of course, Lamb and the Slaughter. Well, we don't generally see a pregnant wife next door who kills her police husband with a frozen lamb leg piece and later cooks the murder weapon that is the leg piece into a lamb curry and eats it with no regret. Pure horror, oh gosh. Next is The Landlady. Well, this story is so horrifying and nerve-wracking. Like, look at the stories. Simply depiction of psychopaths and cold-hearted murderers. Imagine someone intoxicating you and mummifies or turns you into stuffed toys alive and you vanish from the world just like that. I have also read My Uncle Oswald. This actually deals with erotic humor. Like, this is such a gross thing to read, but definitely will blow up your mind. Please expect the unexpected. I have also read some of the non-fiction books as well. I can mention about one, that is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Well, this is a kind of motivational self-help book which is based on the belief of the pseudo-scientific law of attraction. That is, if you want a certain thing with your core of your heart and continuously pray for that to the universe will bring that to you. Well, I would like to differ a bit, because no work and only praying will not do any good. So keep working. Well, I think this video is actually getting long. I definitely need another video solely dedicated to my favorite apps and free courses, YouTube channels, songs. So let me know in the comment section if you want this monthly wrap-up episodes to continue in every month. Please comment down below any movies or podcasts you have already listened to or are thinking to listen and watch. Also, feel free to suggest me any good podcasts, movies and songs so that I could watch your recommendations as well. Let's grow together. If you feel this episode is of any help to you, please like and share, and have a happy and super productive month ahead. See you in the next week. Until then,